What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic. Shout out to the LDBC and the YTBC. Everybody that's keeping this boxing ish alive. One time for the one time, and it's a great boxing thread. Started in a boxing group. One guy asked, who punches harder, Keith Thurman or Errol Spence Jr. The truth, one time, my 2 cents on the situation right here or the question, and it's different types of power. You know what I'm saying? Thudding power. There's that piercing, explosive power, and if you're just talking about from a pure punching standpoint, just straight punching, I will give the edge to Keith Thurman. And that's when Keith Thurman sits down on his punches. Since he, got a little taste of fame, he ain't been one time no more. And let's just keep it real. Well, we just talking about potential. Who generates more power? It's Keith Thurman, in my opinion. When he moving, he don't generate that much power, and that's just the law of science. If you moving and sticking and moving, and you're not sitting down on your punches, you're not going to generate that power. But if you sit down and you sit in that pocket or you sit at range, you get those guys at the end of those punches, you punching harder now. Now, Errol Spence is more of a thudding guy. He got good pop, got good power. He thudding. And we know he breaks his guys down to the body and then kills the head. And he got the ability to knock some people out to the head as well, just without the body punches. But he more of a thud and power puncher. Keith Thurman got that explosive. He got that velocity behind it. And it's just that explosive natural punching, And he just seems to, punch harder than me. His punches got more of an impact when he sits down on his punches. Now, if you're talking from a consistent manner of a pure, punching, taking that into consideration more consistently, is probably Errol Spence. And he hasn't been on the upper echelon level like Thurman been on. Thurman knows, I think Thurman has the weaker chin here, in my opinion. Even though, Errol Spence hasn't been in there with the best punchers, or the biggest punchers, or in my opinion. Yeah, he ain't been in there with the elite, other than Kell Brook. But I think, Thurman knows his chin isn't that strong. He been, knocked out and stretched in the amateurs, according to Errol Spence. And he moves around, and his punching power ain't that effective. But if you seen versus Danny Garcia fight, when he came in and he was aggressive and sat on his punches, Garcia had no other choice but to respect that power. And that power is real. But once he gets to moving and sticking, then all bets are off. But I'm just strictly, talking, who hits harder, just off of pure punching power. Now, if we talking scenarios and situations, I'll probably take Errol Spence, with the consistency. I think even if he steps up in competition, he ain't gonna be moving around like Thurman. His style is aggressive coming downhill, and that's what kind of makes Thurman unique. He's able to, punch and move, and then be aggressive, come downhill. He has more tools in his toolkit, but that doesn't necessarily make you the best fighter. But we're talking about the puncher here. One style, you can have a lot of styles, but one style can be your match. And but yeah, Errol is more of a thud. He pow, breaking you down. Keith Thurman is more of a explosive, piercing power. Bang, 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 bang. And that's just the style and the manner he fights. His punches flow, from an explosive standpoint. I think he a little bit more better puncher than Errol. But that don't mean anything, because if Errol can place his punches right, he'd knock out, Keith Thurman. Same thing for Keith Thurman. He can place his punches right on Errol Spence and sit down on him. He can knock out Errol Spence. But I just think Thurman is just a more naturally gifted puncher, from strictly a power standpoint. I'm not talking about variety of punches, going to the body, working to the head. And if we talking about variety of punches, then I'll probably get a go-ahead at Errol Spence. But I'm talking about strictly from the potential, who generates the most power, from the body to the end of the fist. It's Keith Thurman. I think he's more gifted in that department. You got a lot of guys who, ride or die with either one of these guys. And, for me, I just want to see the fight. I like both of them. Respect Errol. Most definitely respect Keith Thurman. I think just Keith Thurman is just a more explosive athlete. I think he just got more of a natural power. Keith Thurman can slump you with one punch to the head and knock you out cold. Errol has that potential as well. But, you just have to see. You just have to see, Errol at the top level slumping guys as well. Kell Brook took a nice little beating until he really turned it up on Kell. Some people think Thurman would have knocked Kell out a lot sooner, but, you really never know. to them guys getting the ring, and to Thurman actually getting the ring with Kell Brook. And then people say, well,